Today we got two massively strong heroes, two hulking brutes going at it. Red Hulk versus Solomon Grundy. Who comes out on top? Well, let's find out.
Eyes up. Stay sharp. Stay down. Final warning. I could do this all day.
Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is a former U.S. military general. It's the father of Betty Ross, an arch enemy of the Incredible Hulk. After fighting the Hulk for years, Ross went on to strike a deal with villains to be transformed into a Hulk himself. As the ruthless and cunning Red Hulk, he attempted to destroy his nemesis and take control of the country, before seeking redemption as an Avenger and the leader of the Thunderbolts. Now, Ross has the ability to transform into the Red Hulk at will, and this transformation gives him massive physical strength, durability, and a healing factor. He can easily lift over 100 tons, and has been able to battle against the regular Hulk, Thor, Unstoppable Colossus, and Angrier, as well as easily overpower people like She-Hulk, Abomination, and A-Bomb. He's thrown massive boulders, destroyed huge comets, broken out of Magneto's grasp, withstood the pull of a black hole, and his thunderclap is able to cause avalanches. Red Hulk is also durable enough to take blows from Thor and Hulk. But these powerhouses can still damage him, and in time may result in a knockout. His skin and muscles are thick and dense enough to survive the pressure of the deep sea, outer space, and molten lava, although he does have a weakness to sharp objects. Like Wolverine's claws, they don't injure him before. Red Hulk also possesses an incredibly accelerated healing factor, and is able to recover from almost any injury. When Wolverine stabbed out his eyes, Ross just quickly regrew them. Although, to be fair, it wasn't as fast as the real Hulk would have done it. As Red Hulk gets more and more angry, he unleashes high temperatures and heat from his body. However, this can actually be very destructive, since the heat is so intense that it's essentially cooking Red Hulk from the inside out. So as we got in one corner, Red Hulk. But, entering the ring in the corner, coming out of the grave, Solomon Grundy. Solomon Grundy is a reanimated corpse stemming from a cursed place near Gotham City called Slaughter Swamp. He has had many appearances, in which he had different levels of strength and intelligence, once surpassing even Superman in power level. Solomon Grundy is arguably one of the strongest villains in the DC universe, and is probably one of the strongest beings regardless if they have good or bad intentions. His strength actually wildly varies though, from where he can be restrained by multiple humans, towards being able to battle against teams all by himself, or when Superman couldn't even overpower him. But while it does vary, Grundy is usually on the higher end of the spectrum. He's incredibly invulnerable. He's able to take massive amounts of damage with little to no injury. He's completely impervious to bullets, fire, and extreme cold. And when injuries do occur, he's able to heal from them in just a matter of seconds, even reattaching severed limbs after they've been hacked off. He can fight for days on end. And since he's dead and artificially animated, Grundy isn't affected by disease and doesn't need to eat, breathe, drink, or sleep. Now, even though Grundy is technically undead as a zombie, he can still die, and has died multiple times. Don't know how that makes sense, but it's true. However, with each death, he reanimates soon afterwards, and acquires even more strength than he had before, and he sometimes gains new abilities, even being able to control plants and wood for a time. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, this is a relatively simple and straightforward matchup, as we've just got two hulking brutes going at it. But even though it's kinda a simple fight, doesn't make it any less fun or any less interesting. In fact, sometimes these are the fights that I enjoy the most. Just two guys, two beasts, going head to head. We just gotta see who can dish out and who can take more damage. And the question is, who is that? And the problem for Solomon Grundy in this fight, and really in any fight, is just how wildly inconsistent and all over the place he is when it comes to strength. You see, his strength and his power level changes pretty much every single time that he wakes up. So sometimes he's so weak that a group of men can restrain him, or Batman, Wildcat, and Green Arrow can defeat him. Then sometimes he's more middle of the pack. On the very high end, he's beaten Bizarro, overpowered Superman, even beaten the whole Justice League before. On the other hand, Red Hulk is pretty consistent in his strength. He's punched A-Bomb so hard that he was causing earthquakes. He's knocked away Colossus with the Juggernaut's powers, and actually consistently been able to fight against the Hulk, even being able to beat someone like Doc Green. He's knocked back Omegax, the destroyer of worlds, traded blows with Angrier, breaker of souls, and he's even briefly withstood the pull of a black hole. Solomon Grundy is also incredibly durable and resilient, thanks to the weird elemental energy that gave the zombie this pseudo-life. He's able to take massive amounts of damage with little signs of injury, and when injuries do occur, his body is able to rapidly heal in just a few seconds. In fact, sometimes he's able to reattach severed limbs right after they've been hacked off. Just keep on going and keep on fighting. And on top of that, because he's a zombie, he can keep on fighting for days, weeks, months straight if he really has to. But despite being undead and incredibly durable, Solomon Grundy still can't technically be killed, and actually has died multiple times. However, with each death, he quickly reanimates and returns, sometimes acquiring even more strength than before. On the other hand, Red Hulk has taken a savage beating from Iron Man in the Bleeding Edge armor, Namor while they were under the water, and a beating from Thor with Mjolnir only left him with a bloody nose. He's had Avengers Tower dropped on top of him, been punched into the next state by a Megax, and has survived multiple optic blasts by none other than Phoenix Force Cyclops himself. Red Hulk's even taken attacks from the leader of the Mayan gods before and didn't go down. Then these two are actually similar beyond just incredible strength and durability, as they both have energy absorption abilities. Solomon Grundy has shown that he's able to absorb and manipulate certain forms of energy, although this ability really does appear to be more subconscious, to where it almost borders on the accidental. However, it does suggest that Grundy is a whole lot more powerful than he realizes. He just doesn't have the intelligence to do anything about it. But Red Hulk? Well, he has a lot more control over his energy absorption abilities, absorbing blast or drawing power from enemies. Although Ross does rarely use his ability nowadays because of the potential risk that goes along with it. And then certain versions of Solomon Grundy have actually been able to control plants and wood because of the trees that formed inside of his decayed body. But that alone definitely isn't going to be enough to beat Red Hulk. For starters, Ross has escaped from Magneto's magnetic hold before, and even Phoenix Force Emma Frost didn't believe they could actually hold back Red Hulk. If Emma Frost with the Phoenix Force on her side didn't think they could restrain Red Hulk, definitely don't believe that Grundy and his wood manipulation can. On top of that, Red Hulk does have the ability to heat up, and just burn off the wood surrounding him, although this method would eventually injure him as well, considering that's burning from the inside out. So, end of the day, who wins here? Well, I think it's gotta be Red Hulk. Now, yes, there will be certain times where Solomon Grundy can defeat him, as he's been strong enough to beat Superman and even the Justice League as a whole. But honestly, he's only been that strong on a handful of occasions. So the odds that he'll be that strong in this fight are kinda 1 in a million. And if instead we take a look at Grundy and his average power level, well, Red Hulk is stronger and more durable. On average, Ross is closer to Thor and Hulk than Grundy is to Superman. Hell, Red Hulk is closer to Superman than Grundy is closer to Superman. But it's not just that, it's more Red Hulk's intelligence and fighting ability than anything. Before becoming Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross was a military general, an incredibly skilled fighter, and a master tactician and strategist. He's not just going to be able to overpower Grundy, he's going to be able to outsmart him and outfight him as well. So Red Hulk can just physically beat Grundy. He can take him down thanks to skill, and if worse comes to worse, Ross will probably just punch him to the next state or into orbit. This has proven to be an effective strategy to beat a seriously powerful Grundy before. And Red Hulk actually has some of a tendency to do this in a fight as well. End of the day, I just think Solomon Grundy is too inconsistent, and Red Hulk is too powerful. Ross is coming out on top here. Red Hulk wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications to join the FanCo army. And I will see you next time.